question 6 here says find the slope of these lines. Now, we're able to find the slope by using two different ways. The way I'm going to do first of all is by using the rise over the run. So the rise in this case is 1, 2, 3. So we can see that's rising up there by 3. The run in this case is going to be in 1. So the run will be equal to 1. So the rise over the run, the slope, or the rise over the run, I should write the slope there. So the slope is equal to rise over run. So the slope of this line is going to be 3 over 1. And anything divided by 1 is the same as just being by itself, because I can't divide 3 into one equal part. So 3 divided by 1 is equal to 1. Now, they want us to be able to use the formula for finding slope also, right? So what I'm going to do now is just going to show you how we'd use the formula. So this point here, okay, I know my x coordinate there is -2 and my y coordinate is 6. So that's -2 and 6. Okay. This coordinate here is -1 and 3. Okay. So that's my x coordinate of -1, my y coordinate of 3. They showed us this earlier in the book, right? So slope, the easy way of getting it is to get rise over run. The more challenging way of getting it is y2 minus y1 all over x2 minus x1. So we won't always be able to visualize what we're doing. Sometimes we need to get the slope and we're not given what it looks like. We're just given the coordinates, which would be the questions that follow. So that's why I'm leading into that now, right? So if that is the case, then we need to use the formula. So I'm just going to show you how we'd use that formula. So you take your 2 points. So let's take the first one there and we label it x1 and y1. So it doesn't matter which one you pick. I'm going to just pick the top one and call that x1 and y1. So the bottom one is going to be x2 and y2. Okay. So once you've labeled them, you need to be able to put them into the formula. So y2, which in this case is 3, we can see that there. So y2, which is 3, subtract y1. So I'm just following my formula. I'm doing what it's telling me. So y2, I'm putting in y2, which is 3. Subtract y1, and y1 in this case is 6, all over x2, which in this case is -1, subtract x1, and x1 is -2. So I'm going to subtract a negative. So if I subtract a -2, then that will turn into a plus. Okay, because if I have a minus, it turns into a plus. So this will give me -3 all over -1 plus 2, and -1 plus 2 will give us 1. So -3 over 1, which is equal to -3. Okay. Now, if you look at the slope, I'm after getting a positive one here and a negative one here, right? But this is where we need to look at the line and think, is this line a positive or a negative? So we know that any line going like that is positive. So obviously any line going the opposite direction is negative. So I need to put back in my negative there into my first one. So that's 2 ways that you can find the slope. Okay. So I'll give you a second there to try part 2. So for question 2 there, we're going to start off by doing the easy one, which is the rise over the run. And we can see the rise there is going to be 2 units. And rise is all about how much it rises up. the run there is going to be how much it runs out, and it's only going to run 1 unit. Okay, so the rise over the run will be 2 over 1, and 2 over 1 is the same as 2 divided by 1. 2 divided into 1 equal part is just going to be 2, obviously. That's the way we do it when we have a diagram we can see. We know that that slope there is negative, so I can put in negative 2. Okay. Now, we need to be able to do it using the coordinates as well. So this coordinate there is minus 2 and 7. And this coordinate here is minus 1 and 5. So we're going to use the formula. So I need to label them x1, y1, x2, y2. So x1, y1, x2, y2. So I'll just fill in those values now. So y2, which in this case is 5, subtract y1, which in this case is 7, and divide that by x2, which is negative 1, minus x1, which is negative 2. Okay, and that simplify into minus 2 all over negative 1 plus 2, negative 1 plus 2. So that will simplify into negative 2 over 1, or just negative 2. Okay, so that's the second one done for you there.